Hello, my darlings, and welcome to the final episode of season 1. I cannot believe that we are here already. I'm so grateful that you've been along for the journey. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Ash, and this is the space where you and I get to journey this beautiful thing called life together. So pull up a cozy seat, get something good to drink, because today we're doing a deep dive into creating your dream life. If you have ever wondered how to go from dreaming about your life to getting to the life that you desire, we're walking through a step-by-step guide, not just with practical tips, but also with drawing inspiration to make this journey as rich and empowering and as joyful as possible. And the first step in this is to get crystal clear about what it is that you want. Not what society tells you you should be desiring, not what is expected from you from family and friends. What does your dream life actually look like? This is going to be your personal blueprint, and it's so important to make it as vivid, as detailed, as intricate as possible. And then let's go ahead and just start with maybe some basic categories that you can deep dive into. This is not an inclusive list. You can definitely come up with your own ideas outside of these, but the first category is your physical surroundings. Where are you living? What type of home surrounds you? Are you by the ocean? Are you nestled up in the mountains? Can you hear the hustle and bustle of a busy city outside your window? Do you reside in a different country than you're currently living? Or are you consistently moving around so much that you don't actually have a place to call home because your suitcase is where all your most precious belongings are? The earth is truly your oyster in this regard. The second category is your career path. What are you doing for work? Does this work light you up? Does it pay you a specific amount of money? Does this type of work give you a purpose? What do you gain from this kind of work outside of financial stability or insurance purposes? How does this work make you feel every day? Category 3 could be your passion pursuits. What is it that is setting your heart on fire? And these passion pursuits are things that you're actively doing. So what are the things that you're doing, that you're partaking in, that you are a participant of, that gives you the zest for life? How much time are you giving to these activities that you enjoy? Who is with you as you are partaking in these activities? What are the things that you want to try or the places that you want to visit? 4 is your circle. Who are you spending the most time with? And think beyond just your current family, your current friends, your current partner, all the things that are super familiar. Think outside of that realm. Who do you want to be associating with? What kinds of friends or colleagues or partners if you're single? Start thinking outside of who you want to be around. What types of relationships are you wanting to develop and grow in? Do you have a robust faith community? Do you have a consistent D&D meetup that you go to every Friday night? Do you have neighbors that every year you throw a community block party for whatever reason? Get expansive here and connect these people with the things that you love doing or the places you want to go, the things you want to be doing, or who you want to become. Category 5 is your spirituality and your faith. For those of you who maybe don't have a certain faith tradition, or you don't err on the side of having spirituality, this would be looking potentially at what gives you purpose, what gives your life meaning. Do you prescribe to a certain faith denomination? Are you part of any type of spiritual organization? Are you super into moon magic? Does connecting with your ancestors hold a particular interest and passion and healing quantity for you? Think about your spirit or your inner longing and what it needs to be filled, to be energized, to feel cared for. Category number 6 is your wellness routine. What are the things that you are doing that makes you feel and makes you actually healthy in physicality and in mentality? How are you taking care of yourself as a whole being? What does your dream body and mental state look like and represent for you? What foods are you eating? How are you continuing to learn and educate yourself? And this goes far beyond traditional formal education. Are you taking an herbalism class? If you love painting or mechanics, have you looked at YouTube videos or signed up for a class that maybe your county or community offers? Do you have a designated routine for seeing your doctor, your life coach, your dentist, your gynecologist, psychologist, counselor, your chiropractor, an herbalist? What are the things that you are doing to take care of yourself and showing up for yourself in a health-focused, wellness, whole being kind of way? Have you also done the research to see what it is that you might be needing or might be interested in pursuing? And like I said earlier, what other categories do you need to fulfill your dream life? Take some time to sit down and really think about that. Are animals a huge part of your life? Is that something that's important to you? How is that showing up in your dream life? What do your finances look like? How do you want to be on a financial scale? What about doing things like volunteering? What does that look like for you? Those are other categories that you can deep dive into, but take a minute to sit and really think about what other aspects of your life you need to deep dive into. And collecting this data to do your dream life journaling does not have to happen in one day. You can sit down for 15 minutes here, an hour there, but once you feel like you have thought through everything and maybe you've taken notes, now is the time to sit and write it all out. The key to writing this out, though, is that it needs to be written in either the present or the past tense, signifying that you've already done it, because in that it's part of your current existence, what is actually happening, how you're living your life right now. So there isn't going to be, I will live in this house. It is, I live in a house with beautiful open windows where I can see the orchard in the backyard. You are writing it as if it is your current reality. Feel the joy and the excitement as you're writing out and imagining and experiencing your dream life. This detailed vision serves as your guiding star. And now that you have a clear vision, it's important to align your energy to that reality. Think of it as tuning into the right frequency so you can receive the abundance that you're seeking. We want our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions to be in harmony with our desires. So we can write out this dream life describing our partner, but if our energy has this resistance to it, then we're never going to align with what that is, and we're going to continue to be blocked from that becoming our reality. So it's so important that as you write this out, that you really feel it, that you think about what it's going to be like to look into your partner's eyes every day, what it's going to be like to go outside and ride your horses. What does that stir up for you? And sit in that emotion, sit in those feelings, allow that energy to radiate around you. And if you're having a hard time getting that energy to come alive for you, then sit and think about gratitude, right? This is something we've talked about once, twice, a million times. We'll actually going to talk about it quite a bit in season 2. But gratitude is so important. And so if it's hard for you to think about or to feel what it'd be like to have your own horse because it seems so unrealistic, it seems so far away, then be grateful that you even know what horses are. And sit in that emotion, sit in the feelings of just being around horses. I don't know why I'm giving that as an example because I'm actually afraid of horses, but maybe that's something my higher self or the divine is trying to tell me I need to focus on in the coming months. But sit in the gratitude of what you already have, what already exists for you, because really what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your energy to a place of happiness, of gratitude, of joy. And this isn't a fake it till you make it kind of mentality. The essence of your reality will come to fruition when you feel that it is good, when you feel that you are worthy of having good things. And this practice is also so important because it shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, because you're noticing all the good things that you already have or all the good things that are possible. It's kind of like when you decide that you want to buy a car and then you realize, oh, this is the kind of car that I want. And then you see them all over the place. It's that kind of thought process. It's that kind of reality that when you think of good things are going to come your way. And it's not just thinking these things, also it's feeling. When you feel, good things keep coming your way. And that doesn't mean bad things don't happen. It just means that it's easier for the good to flow toward you. So the next step to moving toward creating your dream life is to overcome your limiting beliefs. Let's be honest, we all have limiting beliefs that we have learned in the past or been told about that really keeps us from moving forward. They creep in and then they just hold us back from what we're destined to have. Some thoughts that I am still working through are, things have to be hard in order for them to be good or to be worth it. Or one that's been creeping up a little bit for me lately, which was kind of unexpected, was this limiting belief that it's too late for me. These are simply stories and bylines that we have picked up over the years in an attempt to protect ourselves. Often they're based on past experiences, on societal conditioning, and what we have learned from our families of origin. But they don't have to define us, and they certainly don't have to rule how we show up and live our life. And the first step here is to just acknowledge those limiting beliefs. What are the consistent things that you keep telling yourself that you think are realistic or they're logical, but really it's just keeping you from taking a step forward? Write them down, write them all down, set a timer. And even if you feel like you've run into things to say, keep writing because more things will come up. And then challenge their validity. Ask yourself, when and under what circumstances did I start believing this? Based off of that response, you then can ask yourself, is this belief still valid? And then ask the question further, does this belief serve my greater good and help me to step into my dream life? More often than not, you're going to realize that these beliefs are based on fear, not on facts. This kind of mental shift takes a lot of patience, a lot of practice, forgiveness, and grace. But with consistent effort, you can completely rewire those limiting beliefs so that they don't show up in your existence and help you to make decisions for your life. Step number 4, cultivating self-worth. So overcoming limiting beliefs addresses your negative thought patterns. Actively cultivating self-worth takes this one step further. This process is about recognizing your inherent worth and deservingness, regardless of external circumstances or achievements or who's rooting for you in your corner. This all derives from the inside. And this deep-seated belief in who you are is a super attractor for your deepest desires. Let's just think about this. If you internally loathe yourself, that energy radiates off of you even if you have a smile plastered on your face. Enhancing self-worth, just like overcoming limiting beliefs, takes practice. And this could be practicing positive self-talk, speaking affirmations that focus on self-love and acceptance, or engaging in any type of activity or encouragement that just makes you feel good about yourself. This step could really look like choosing ourselves over other people. Something my therapist recently helped me understand is that when I feel obligated to do something, it actually means I feel shameful about saying no for whatever reason. And if I feel shamed into doing something, then my intentions are not genuine. My motivations are not pure. And that is not serving anything good for anyone in that scenario, especially for myself. And so for me, learning to say no to others, saying yes to myself first, means that I'm learning to value myself over the needs of others. Building a strong foundation of self-worth is about recognizing your intrinsic value. It's about knowing deep down that you are worthy of success, that you're worthy of love and happiness simply because you exist. One significant way to build self-worth is to do inner child work. When you connect with your younger self through either visualizations or writing exercises, and you offer them the love and the support that they longed for, you are healing wounds that are impacting your present current life, which definitely feeds into whether or not you are living the life of your dreams. Another approach to this is to practice radical self-acceptance. Embrace your imperfections, your quirks, all the things that make you uniquely you. Perfection is an illusion. Authenticity is where it's at. To feed more into this, you can start a self-appreciation journal or a self-appreciation list, kind of like a gratitude list where you write down all the things that you love and appreciate about your life. This self-acceptance journal or list, whatever you want to call it, is where you write down all the things that you admire about yourself. Focus on your strengths, your talents, your qualities, all the things that make you you. Write those down and experience the joy of being them, because there is no one on this earth that is exactly like you. Another technique that you could develop to help you strengthen your sense of self-worth, and one that I have started implementing thanks to the inspiration of a coworker, is to practice receiving compliments gracefully. Instead of deflecting or downplaying when someone gives you a compliment, simply say thank you and allow yourself to feel the appreciation. Saying thank you without providing some type of explanation behind it can be really uncomfortable at first, but it's a really wonderful way to reprogram your subconscious mind to accept and embrace positive feedback. And cultivating self-worth is an ongoing journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself and celebrate embracing this inherent worthiness. I'm talking about self-worth for a long time, so let's get back to how it is that we're going to build our dream life. And the fifth step to this is you need to take action. One thing that people get confused on is they think they can write out all of these lists or that they can do affirmations and do all of this stuff. But if your actions are not aligned with how you want to live this life, again, it goes back to that example of if you want to have a great financial stability, but you're going out and spending hundreds of dollars irresponsibly, your actions are not aligned with your energy and they are not aligned with your dreams, girlfriend. Manifesting is not a passive process, much to the dismay of what you'll see on Pinterest or social media. Manifesting requires action on your part because the divine has to see that this is what you really want and that you are willing to do what it takes to get there. But this also is not a mindset of I need to push hard and do it because if I don't do all of the things, then it's not going to come together. This is really about aligning your actions with what it is that you want and then letting the flow of that energy to work in your favor to make your dream life come true. Again, by leaning into and taking action steps towards your goals, by breaking down certain things. If you have a dream house and you want to live by the ocean, the first step is to figure out, well, which ocean do you want to, which coast do you want to live on? What kind of jobs are there? Even just doing simple research on this tells the divine, tells the universe, whatever language it is that you want to use, that this dream is real and it's not some passing whimsy, that you are committed to this dream and you're willing to take action to prove it. Trust that the universe, that the divine, that whatever it is that you call this is going to meet you halfway, but you have to show up and do your parts too. And that ties into step 6, which is to trust and surrender. Surrender the how and the when. Lean into the belief that everything is unfolding in its perfect timing, no matter how uncomfortable, especially because you're not going to see the whole picture. And if you hold on too tightly to the how and the when of these dreams coming together and desperate, your energy remains controlling, chaotic, which really makes your dreams want to run in the other direction. Because do you like to feel controlled? Do you like to feel chaotic? Do you like to be around people who are desperate? Not really. And so neither does the energy of this dream life. And don't get me wrong, your dream life can still come together if you decide to control and force. But how it comes together and when it comes together is going to be much more challenging, going to require a lot more sacrifice than if you let go of your need to understand and to control every detail and instead allow yourself to be guided by your intuition. And surrender does not mean that you're passive, right? We've already talked about that. Surrender is about believing that you have faith in the process and that everything is working out for your good. Step number 7 kind of feeds into the taking actions step, and this is about creating supportive habits. Building supportive habits is like creating, taking care of, and nourishing fertile ground for your dreams to take root and to flourish. These habits keep you focused on your vision and aligned with your goals. And one of the easiest supportive habits you can create is surrounding yourself with people who believe in and uplift you. This is indispensable for staying motivated and inspired. Step 8 is always a really fun one because it's focused on reviewing and refining. Manifesting is not a set it and forget it process. It's super important for you to regularly sit down and review your vision and make adjustments as needed. A lot of the times our desires and our priorities, they shift over time as we grow, as we experience new things, as we encounter new experiences. And it's so important to ensure that our vision still aligns with our current self and where we want to go. I actually experience this all the time when I set New Year's resolutions. These are the fun things that I want to experience this year. And I'll get to 2 or quarter 3 and I'm like, I actually don't know why I put this on my list because this is not a priority anymore. And so I have a great time every quarter sitting down and looking at what did I want my life to look like at the beginning of the year and how has that shifted based on what has unfolded so far. And sometimes those desires get pushed to another year, sometimes they get pushed to a different quarter, but ultimately I'm continually sitting down and reviewing where it is that I want my life to go, because that's important. It's because you want your life to be your dream life, and sometimes those dreams change and they shift, and that's okay too. And when you go back and you review, it continues to give you momentum and enthusiasm and energy to keep pursuing what it is that you're looking for. Final step for this video is practicing the art of detached engagement. This might sound paradoxical to what we were just talking about staying engaged, because while it's important to take inspired action and to pursue your goals with passion and dedication, it is equally important to release attachment to any outcome. Be open to unexpected twists and turns, knowing that they may lead you to something better than you could have ever imagined. Detachment allows you to flow with the current state of things rather than resisting it. It frees you from anxiety and worry, and again, that need to control, because it allows you to enjoy the journey, which then feeds into that gratitude piece. Again, this isn't about stepping back, being passive, not letting things come together. It's another way to let go of our need to control how everything unfolds. This doesn't mean that you have to, your goals, your dreams, stop being excited about them and just taking whatever life throws at you. This is more about rolling with the punches but choosing not to get caught up in those punches. Practice surrendering the need for a specific outcome while also remaining passionate and committed to your vision. This balance of effort and surrender is a piece of the puzzle when manifesting your dream life. I know we were kind of all over the map today, and I gave so many tips for how to make your dream life come together. So maybe come back, watch the video again, take some notes, and then just work at it a little bit at a time. Again, none of this stuff has to be done in one day. And let me know if there are any steps that felt confusing for you, or anything that you want clarification on, or anything that you absolutely loved. And then I can definitely look at adding that to season 2 to do a deep dive, because I always love hearing from you. Remember, my darlings, you are worthy of a beautifully full and dreamy life. Until next time, I'm holding you in the light.